And I would like to show you this short video about how to use outside sources effectively. The easiest way to remember about how to use outside sources well is with this little trick, the 3 I's. If you remember the 3 I's in using outside sources, it'll be a lot easier to remember how to put them into your paragraphs. First of all, you introduce the quotation or paraphrase. The first sentence of each paragraph is the topic sentence, and it should be your own words, not a quotation. So just remember the first sentence of each paragraph should not be from an outside source. It should be your own words. That's because the first sentence of the paragraph, the topic sentence, states the main point of the paragraph. The second of the 3 I's is to incorporate. You want to support that topic sentence with a quotation or some paraphrased information that you weave into your own writing. This could be a paraphrase, a quotation, a statistic, a summary, but the key is that you're using this information from outside sources to support your topic sentence. So you're not just padding your paper with information from outside sources. You're not just pasting big chunks from outside sources. You are being very selective with your information and just choosing the best information that supports your topic sentence. Finally, after you incorporate that information from outside sources, you need to interpret that information. You explain the significance of that information, you analyze it, you explain how it supports your topic sentence. Be sure that you don't just put a bunch of quoted material in your paper and then expect your reader to draw the connections you want them to draw. It's your job to draw those connections, to explain all the information, not to just hope that the reader arrives at the same conclusion that you did. Here's an example. This is a paragraph that does a pretty good job of having a clear topic sentence. So introducing the outside information, incorporating it into the paragraph, and then interpreting it for the reader. Now, the topic sentence states the main point of the paragraph very clearly. The claim is, today Americans are too self-centered. Even our families don't matter as much anymore as they once did. Other people and activities take precedence. And then this author incorporates information from an outside source in order to support this topic sentence. As James Gleick says in his book, Faster, we are consumers on the run. The very notion of the family meal as a sit-down occasion is vanishing. Adults and children alike eat on the way to their next activity. You'll see that this quotation is very short and to the point. It supports the topic sentence here because it is showing that family doesn't matter as much as it once did. This quotation has an introductory phrase or tagline that includes the author's name, and after the quotation you have a correctly formatted in-text citation. But the author doesn't just leave it at that and hope that the reader draws the correct conclusions. The author adds to this to explain why sit-down meals are important and how that connects with family and self-centeredness. Sit-down meals are a time to share and connect with others. However, that connection has become less valued as families begin to prize individual activities over shared time, promoting self-centeredness over group identity. And so here we have a section that introduces, a section that incorporates outside information, and a section of the paragraph that interprets outside information. You should be able to do this in most of your paragraphs. It's very important to remember that incorporating outside sources into your writing is not just about citing them correctly. So it's not just about the in-text citation and works cited page, although that is an important part of a research paper. But even with a research-based project, your voice and your thoughts should be the focus. Now, there are some assignments in other classes in which you may want to put your thoughts and your voice on a back burner, just to sit, depending on what the assignment asks you to do. But in this case, I know that in English classes, your thoughts, your voice, your argument, your interpretations needs to be the focus of the paper. Because of that, information from outside sources is there to support your argument. It should not overshadow that argument or make your argument for you. So don't let the sources speak for you. It is your job to explain them and interpret them to the reader, and to be sure that your argument is in the forefront. So this is the key that you want to keep in mind when you're writing a research paper in an English class. Be sure your research informs the paper, but that it does not compose the majority of your paper. In general, you don't want more than about 15 to maybe 20% of your paper to come from outside sources. And so just remember that your ideas are the focus.